Hello dear students, I welcome you all to the class of English Optional BA third year. We have been dealing with the paper entitled Literary Theory and Criticism. In unit number 1, which is titled as Greek and Roman Masters, we have been dealing with the first Greek master, Plato, for last 3 classes. In the previous class, we dealt with Plato's observation on poetry. Plato did not give any space to the poet and poetry in his ideal state. He attacked poetry on certain grounds, such as poetic inspiration, the emotional appeal of the poetry, poetry's non-moral character, intellectual ground, and utilitarian ground. Plato feels that poetry is based on immorality, that is a copy. Poetry is outcome of poetic inspiration, and poetic inspiration comes from idea existed in the nature which is original. When that idea is converted into linguistic formulation, it is nothing but copy of that original idea, so it is once removed from reality. So for Plato, base of poetry is not truth. He feels that it is based on immoral thing, so it has immoral character, it is outcome of poetic inspiration, and further he feels that poetry makes emotional appeal, and he rejects poetry on intellectual ground as well. He feels that poetry is outcome of inspiration, poetic inspiration, it is not thoughtful activity, and which is not thoughtful activity, it does not help to produce moral citizens who can be the citizens of his ideal state. Therefore, Plato did not give any space, any place to the poets and poetry in his ideal state. Today, we are going to study the Plato's observations on drama. When we compare Plato's observations on poetry and Plato's observations on drama, we come to know that the observations made by Plato on poetry and drama are similar. As he did not give place to the poets and poetry in his ideal state, similarly, he did not give place to the drama and dramatist in his ideal state. There are certain grounds on which he has attacked drama. Let us see one by one. All observations of Plato regarding poetry are quite applicable to his observation on drama. There is no difference in his observations on poetry and drama. Plato thinks that drama is imitation of imitation. Idea existed in the nature is original. It comes to the mind of the dramatist. Dramatist imitates that original idea and he converts that idea into linguistic formulation, that is the text of drama. When the drama is staged, when it is presented on the stage, it is imitation of imitation. So it is removed from reality. It is not original one. Further, he thinks that drama has an emotional appeal to the audience. It is the product of inspiration. In addition to this, there are some other views of Plato regarding drama. They are elaborately discussed in his world-famous treatise, Republic. Especially, he talks about appeal to the baser instincts of the audience. He talks about demoralizing effect of acting on the actors and tragic and comic pleasure in the drama. So these are three elements, or these are three aspects on the basis of which Plato has criticized the drama. Let us look at them one by one. Plato feels that drama makes appeal to the baser instincts of the audience. Baser instincts means vices or bad feelings existed in the human character. So Plato feels that drama makes an appeal to the baser instincts of the audience. It arouses baser instincts such as pride, lust, treachery. In some plays, moral characters are presented on the stage, but people are declined to bad easily. This is human nature, that human nature imitates bad things which are presented or staged, which are presented on the stage, and therefore Plato comments, he condemns all such plays which produce immoral people who are not good for his ideal state. He feels that as people, by witnessing drama or by watching drama, they imitate bad things, and Plato feels that drama helps to produce immoral people, and these immoral people are good for nothing in his ideal state. So Plato rejects drama on this ground. Further, he says that success of drama is decided by the approval and disapproval of the audience. If a drama is staged and it is appreciated by the audience, it is successful. When drama is staged and if it is not appreciated, or if it is not watched by the audience in a large number, it is the failure of the drama. So Plato says that the success of drama is decided by the audience, decided by the approval and disapproval of the audience. And the dramatist, he tries to please all kinds of audience, moral and immoral, by inserting certain scenes, by creating certain situations which are liked by them. Sometimes the dramatist, he inserts such a scenes in which there is a quarrel, there is a lamentation. Or quarrel and lamentation is especially found in tragedy, and imitation of thunder and cries of wild animals. These things are found in comedy. So Plato thinks that it is a dramatist who inserts certain scenes which are liked by the moral and immoral audience. So keeping in mind their interest, he writes drama. He presents different kind of situations which are appreciated by them, but he does not think of its morality. So Plato thinks that this kind of drama or this kind of play develops bad taste, and it develops or it encourages lack of discipline among the people. So this is how this kind of drama does not help people to become moral. Moreover, it makes an appeal to the baser instincts of the audience. So it is baser instincts, it is an appeal to the baser instincts of the audience that Plato condemns and he disapproves drama or plays of drama in his ideal state because of its appeal to the baser instincts of the audience. The second point is Plato feels that performance of certain roles in plays leave a kind of impact on the personality of the actors. Generally what happens, as it is believed and seen that human beings are easily declined towards bad, and they do not digest good things easily or suddenly. So Plato thinks that sometimes drama leave negative effect on the personality of the actors. For example, if a certain actor plays certain roles such as clowns, jester, criminal and villain continuously, these roles encourage him to behave in the same manner in his personal life as well. He becomes habitual to behave in that manner as he acts in the drama, being in the role of clown, being in the role of jester, being in the role of criminal or being in the role of villain. So after performance in the drama, that actor later on starts behaving in the same manner in his personal life. So therefore Plato thinks that drama leaves bad effect on the personality of the actor as well. Further, he says that sometimes he does not neglect or he does not ignore moral kind of characters which are presented by the dramatist in the plays. But he concludes saying that it is human nature that human beings do not digest moral things or virtues easily. Moreover, they decline to the vices, or moreover they decline to the immorality easily. Sometimes actors are benefited when they play the role of courageous persons or wise persons or virtuous persons. Plato thinks that there is less impact of such roles on the personality of the actors, because it is human nature that human beings are declined towards vices very easily than the virtues. The next point on which Plato condemns drama, or the next point on the basis of which Plato disapproves drama, presence of drama in his ideal state, is tragic and comic pleasure. Drama is meant for pleasure, let it be tragedy or let it be comedy. Plato says that witnessing comedy or tragedy gives pleasure to the audience. Audience witness drama for the sake of pleasure, let it be tragedy or let it be comedy. But Plato raises a question. He asks us, what is it in a painful scene that causes pleasure? When it is tragedy, there are certain painful things. And what kind of pleasure do the audience get by witnessing that scene? This question is raised by Plato. So further he says that human nature is mixture of varied things such as envy, fear, grief and other aspects. Though these things are painful, they give pleasure to the audience when these things are presented in excess. When these things are presented in excess, so that time audience get pleasure, and Plato does not like this kind of pleasure enjoyed by the audience out of painful incident or out of painful scenes presented in the play. So the pleasure that we get from comedy is a malicious pleasure. So this kind of pleasure also is not liked by Plato. He does not like this pleasure. So further Plato hits upon the truth. He says that no character can be comic unless he is lovable character. So first of all, it is very necessary that the character must be lovable, and if the character is lovable, he can be a comic character. And further Plato says that because of tragic and comic pleasure, drama is not approved by Plato in his ideal state. To conclude this, we can say that, to conclude Plato's observations on drama, we can say that his observations of drama are similar to his views on poetry. Therefore, Plato refuses to give place to the dramatist in his ideal state. So in a nutshell, I would like to say the observations of Plato on drama and poetry are the same. He did not give any space to the poet and poetry in his ideal state. Similarly, he did not give space to the drama and dramatist in his ideal state. So, this is how the observations of Plato on poetry are quite applicable to his observations on drama. Our observations of Plato on poetry are similar to his observations on drama. So with this, I would like to remain here. Thank you very much.